Hi, this is Hez from Phoenix Rising. It's Friday at Hard Rock Hell. It's the end of a long day in the press room, but I'm going to get my latest guest to introduce himself.
Hello there, I'm Rusty from Electric Mary, and we are all the way from Australia.
Well, thank you for taking the time to talk to us.
No problem.
So, can I ask how a band from Australia has ended up in the middle of Wales for this festival?
The honest answer is I have no idea. The unhonest answer is we were specially flown over by Learjet, gold wing tipped engine. No. Ben Highlands, who I just started emailing on the internet, started saying, listen, we've been to Europe 4 years in a row now, and we've never been to England or Great Britain. We need to get to here. Somebody needs to help us. And he put up his hand. He said, I think I can help you. I think I can get you on this hard rock hell show. I'm like, put us in, man. The Electric Boys are playing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm like, yeah. She's all lips and hips. I love that song, man. I love that. There's some great bands on, actually, here. Someone's pulled out, though. Oh, Ace Frehley pulled out, didn't he?
Second year on the run.
He won't be invited back again.
No,
you're a naughty
not.
boy. You know what? He played in Australia about 2 years ago. He was really good.
Yeah.
He was really good, and his band was cooking too. So it's a bit of a shame because I reckon the people would have got a great show. But anyway, hopefully we gave them a great show.
Well, from what I saw of it, you certainly did.
Excellent.
And how did you find the crowd reaction here?
Good. I mean, when I stepped on stage, the immediate feeling I got that was everyone was up, ready for something. So I thought, okay. In my head, I went, well, as long as we do what we know we can, I think this is going to work. And, yeah, I had a great time, man. I love it.
Well, that's what matters, especially there.
Yeah.
So, can I take you back to when the band started and ask how you formed?
We formed, the actual date is April the 14th, 2003. So next year we're 10 years old. Our first gig wasn't until about 2004. Myself and the drummer have been together for about 16 years in different variations and connotations of bands. Basically, it come to a stage where I said to myself, I want to have a band like I would have had when I was 15. Just to play music. You know, it's not about, what special logo can we have, or, have we got enough people on, at the time it was MySpace or Facebook or whatever. I just want to have a band like I would have when I was a kid and play. Let's not even worry about recording. Let's just play. Let's see if we can play. And you know what? We're going to do guitar solos and we're going to do drum solo as well. And it doesn't matter what people say. If the song goes for 12 minutes, it goes for 12 minutes. And let's see if we can, make something out. See if we can, what is it? We build the mountain, the people come, or whatever it was, Mm-hmm. Yeah. So and it worked pretty much straight away for us, and it was really good. It wasn't until 2009 when we did a show with White Snake, and they're members of the White Snake at the time really enjoyed us, and they helped us come to Europe. They actually put their kahunas on the line and got us over here, which we were forever grateful, especially Timothy Drury, because he started making calls to people and putting a little bit of press saying, you got to get this Electric Mary over here. And so we did. We went to France, we went to Belgium, and, it's kind of gone from there. So the last 4 years have been pretty amazing for us.
So, say you weren't worried about things like the logo and everything at the start, but how did you come up with the band name?
The band name is a different story. I was playing in another band at the time, in 2003, and we were in New York. And the guitarist, who actually was in Electric Mary as well, so he was the singer guitarist and I was the bass player. We swapped. We played swapsies later. He went to. He got invited to Jimi Hendrix studio, And he asked me if I wanted to come along, and I said no. But in the morning, I went, oh, yeah, I might come. You know, just be good, whatever, have a look around. And anyway, the manager of the place at the time, his name's Mary Campbell, and she's a great friend of ours now. She took us around the studios because no one was in there and told us these amazing stories of AC/DC, Kiss, John Lennon, Stevie Wonder, Guns N' Roses, Radiohead, or whoever, the Who, not the Who, the Kinks. The Kinks were in there. And I just, the hairs on the back of my neck were standing up, and I really felt like I'm kind of standing in rock history here. This place is amazing. Anyway, she gave me a card at the end and said, you know, make sure you stay in touch with me. That's my email address down the bottom. I'm Electric Mary. And I went, that's a great name for a band. And she's from Montana. She goes, you won't name your band after me. That was my best Montana accent. But we did. And we've stayed with her. We hung out with her for about a month one time. She's got a basement at the bottom of her house with all gear set up, and we just wrote some songs in there. So that's how we got our name.
Nice.
Yeah, from out of Jimi Hendrix Electric Lady Studios.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you said you wanted to play music like you wanted to when you were 15. Well, what bands were inspiring you then?
When I was 15, always Deep Purple, Mark III, Coverdale, Hughes. When I was growing up, we didn't have a dad in our household, and I used to hang out with my older brother. He's 10 or 11, could be 12 years older than me. And he loved Deep Purple, Joe Cocker. Who are some of the other bands? I've forgotten. We had a guy in Australia called Billy Thorpe and the Aztecs, who actually is English. Just in case you don't know, most of Australian rock stars aren't Australian. They either come from England or Scotland or Ireland or somewhere. So we had this guy called Billy Thorpe, and he was amazing. He was the 70s guy. He had the white Les Paul, and he could sing like anything, man. So I was always a big rap for him. So, yeah. But Deep Purple have been my band forever. I've played now with Deep Purple. I've played with Whitesnake. I've played with Glenn Hughes. So I've only got one I haven't, Richie Blackmore, and he's my favourite. So I'm not sure I'm ever going to do Blackmore's Night. No. Not with the pixie boots and stuff. But he's still the greatest. I don't care what anybody says. He wrote the riffs that I grew up on, and, you know. Well, I said to people at shows, when we play, we're not trying to reinvent the wheel, because this style of music's already been done by Led Zeppelin, by Deep Purple, by Black Sabbath, and all the ones before us, phenomenally. But we like to put our tyres on rock and roll and take it for a little spin, see what happens, you know. We really pay homage, I guess, to what we like. We're not trying to copy. Although I do have a funny story. We played with Deep Purple, and we did a song called Crash Down on Your Head, where the guitarists have 5 minutes to just do their thing. And Roger Glover was side of stage, and I just said to him, you know, just want to thank you for letting us come on tour with you. It's amazing. You know, you're one of my favourite bands, and, you know, Deep Purple is in my DNA. And he patted me on the shoulder and said, it's okay, man, everybody copies, and walked away. And I went, no, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I'm copying you. I'm saying I really like it, man. And he went and never spoke to me again. Oh. Yeah, so, I don't know. Maybe he didn't mean it that way, but I took it that way. I'll tell you that.
So are there any of the more recent bands who inspire you now?
Yeah.
Which ones?
I'm not so sure they inspire me, but I definitely like it. Now, I'm not sure whether you're going to say yes or no. Number one, Darkness. Their first album was phenomenal. It made me smile. It made me go, okay, they're just having a good time. And right now, a band from America called Rival Sons. I really like them.
Oh, yeah.
I really like them a lot. I like people that can sing. Dio and Coverdale and Hughes. I used to love Foreigner when I was a kid. Anyone that can sing, I go. I see things. I see bands, and I don't know. Music just makes me happy, man. I do. I saw Status Quo last year and cried. I did. They started up. I thought I was 12 again. They're like just going dun 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 dun, and I'm like, yeah, look at you guys. You're freaking 65 years old and you don't care. They just wailed away, That was great. I loved it, man. I loved it.
So, focusing back on Electric Mary, what do you have planned for 2013?
Okay, 2013. I don't like the sound of that, 2013. Doesn't sound good, does it?
Well, it depends. If the Aztecs are right, then we might not have one.
All right. Excellent. All right. We'll go home now for Christmas. We do one show in February. That's all we got booked. We hope to come back here in June, July and do some festivals. And if we don't, maybe we can just drive from little town to town and just play like the good old days. We probably need to make a new record, or at least start making a new record. I've been writing a lot while I've been here, actually, driving around, influenced by... there was a band in Spain someone was playing. They're an American band, I think, called The Mugs. Have you ever heard them?
No.
Yeah, they're from Detroit. They're like a riffy Detroit American kind of band. They're still now. But the way I read it on Wikipedia, it was pretty good, actually. The bass player had a stroke.
Right.
So what he did was he learned to play the bass on a keyboard. So now he just plays on a keyboard and doesn't, play bass. But they waited, like Def Leppard did, until their mate was ready. And I just went, well, there you go. Hats off to you.
Yeah.
That was brilliant.
Right, so is there anywhere you haven't taught that you'd really like to?
No, it's got to be more of England. No, it does. It does. I mean, I keep saying, and I don't want to repeat myself over and over again, but when we come to England, we have to understand it was invented here. The Deep Purples, the Beatles, the Stones, the Who, Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, it's all English. This is where, and that's why when you play, I mean, for me, the people in Great Britain have been seeing this type of thing for a long time. And so you got to be on your game. You have to be. You can't just spit it out and think that you're going to accept it, because they don't. And they won't. In London the other night, the guy stood in front of him with his arms crossed. And I looked at him and I went, okay, no worries, that's okay. Game's on. I'll see if I can win you. I didn't, though. He left. The next people just moved up, smiled, and loved the rest of the night. I mean, we played on a Wednesday and had nearly 300 people, so we played with Bonafide. It was a great gig. Really cool.
Oh, excellent. So this time next year, where would you ideally like to be?
England. Did I just say that? In Europe. June, July, we need to be in Europe next year. With some sort of song or songs, and doing festivals. We need to, I mean, it doesn't matter if we play small places, but if we can get in front of 25,000 people in one sitting, I think we can win some friends. We're not everyone's going to love us, because that's not the way it works. But I always believe that we'll win some friends if we just do what we do. Because they know we like it.
Nice.
That's half the battle.
Indeed. Right. We always ask a question linked to the theme for Hard Rock Hell.
Okay.
This year's theme is the Fistful of Rock. So first of all, I'm going to ask you to choose Cowboys or Indians.
Indians.
Right. In that case, what would your Indian name be?
My Indian name would be... My Indian name would be... Chief. Just Chief. No, just Chief. Not Chief, just Chief. My Indian name would be... Chief, can you be quiet for 1 minute, please? I don't know. It's going to be Chief something because I can't follow. I have to be the leader. It's bad, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Yeah. I can't take orders. Chief, you can't take orders. Can that be a name?
It's a very good name.
Chief, you can't take orders.
Right, are there any final words you'd like to leave the listeners with? Any message?
There is. You need to spread the electric love far and wide across the universe. As we're not here for a long time, but we're definitely here for a good time. And Electric Mary is rock and roll the way it used to taste.
Well, thank you for taking the time to talk to us,
Thank
and
you for
wish
having
you
me.
well for the future.
Thank you. Rock and roll.
Yeah.